Now let's talk about various ways to interpret results from multinomial logic models. First, let's talk about predict probabilities. For the multinomial logic models, the predicted probability that y equal to m can be expressed in the terms of ratio on the right-hand side or to the right of equality sign. And some students might recall that in the denominator, there is this term, right? So in the numerator is this natural exponential function, and in the denominator is 1 plus the sum of exponential function, okay? And how that term, that is 1, disappears. Well, here is how we derive this equation. If we force a regression coefficient vector of m over n, that is odds comparison of capital letter M versus the reference category M, they're the same, equal to 0. If you recall my discussion in one of the previous slides, then 1 can be absorbed into the summation of a series of natural exponential functions. Why? Because exponential of x multiplied by 0, right? Within the parentheses, it's going to become 0, right? And if we take a natural exponential function of 0, it becomes 1. Okay? See that? The transformation from 1 to the natural exponential of 0 and vice versa. So in general, if we force the regression coefficient vector for the odds comparison of capital letter M over capital letter M equal to 0, then that one term can be absorbed into the summation, which makes our expression of the predicted probability much easier. Okay, so we can use predicted probabilities once we figure out beta here, right? For each odds comparison or from the minimum set of logits. Okay, note that the probabilities can be computed at a variety of values and presented in various ways. To determine the variation in predicted probabilities, we can compute the mean, minimum, and maximum probabilities over the sample. To examine the effect of a single covariate xk, we can fix all variables except xk at some level and plot the predicted probabilities as xk changes over its range. Or what we can do is to highlight the differences among important groups, construct a table of probabilities at key combinations of values of the independent variables of the covariates. So these are the options available to data analysts.